Hi, I'm Nina. Welcome to another chair yoga video. In today's class, we're going to move through all the joints in the body, stretching, bending, bringing movement into the body. Additionally, we're going to work with the breath today, pausing at the top of that inhale. When we work with the breath this way, remember it's not a clench, but more like we're unfurling a tablecloth and there's that moment before the cloth comes down to cover the table. We'll try to pause for 1, 2, even 3 counts. If that doesn't feel good for you, if it causes dizziness, please don't do it. Just work with your even breath. Nothing in yoga should hurt. Grab your chair and we'll get started. We'll get started seated towards the back of the chair. And I like to connect my feet to the floor. So I'm using that block to help my feet reach the floor. Sit all the way back, but sit tall. We don't want to slump in our chair. We'll turn the palms down. We'll let the shoulders come down from the ears. And then just witness what your breath is like. Take a breath. Notice what it feels like. And with that information, we're going to begin to slow down and even out that breath. Let it get a little bit longer. As you continue to breathe like that, slow and even breaths, take a moment to notice how your body feels, your physical body. How are the shoulders? How's the head and neck? What's going on with your back, with your hips, with your legs? Just notice. Take a moment to check in. And then return your attention to your breath. What's it feel like now to breathe? Is it coming any easier? We'll stack our palms on heart center and we'll take a moment right now to set an intention for this practice, whatever it is that's important to you today. And then we'll release those hands back down to the lap and we're going to move to the edge of the chair. So when I do that, I move my block out of the way and I connect my feet to the floor now. And sit up tall. We'll let our hands rest in our lap, palms are down. Push into the feet, let the spine grow a little bit taller. And as we practice today, we're going to be looking for a little more space in that side body. Sometimes as we stretch there, it allows the breath to come in a little bit easier. So let's push down into the feet to sit up a little taller. Let the shoulders come down from the ears. And now we're just going to push into the right foot. It doesn't have to be 110%. Just push into your right foot, maybe 20% of how much you push. And then release that and then push into the left foot. Now you can't see any change because I'm not lifting and lowering my foot. I'm just pushing down into my right foot and releasing, and then into my left foot and release. And then just pause and notice how that feels. How's it feel to engage those muscles? Now let's push into the right hand. Push the right hand into the right thigh and release that. And then push the left hand. So the muscles are engaging, but they're not firing every ounce of energy they have. Release it. Let's do the right side again. And the left side. And you may notice sensations in the forearms, the elbows, the shoulders, just noticing. Now let's push into the right foot and the right hand. Push both down. And release. Left foot, left hand. We'll do that again. Right foot, right hand. And then we'll push and hold left foot, left hand. And release. And notice sensations. Okay, now we've done all of that. Now we got to start going across the body because that's going to be yoga for the brain as well. And that's important. So let's do right hand, left foot. And release that. And then left hand, right foot. Do it again. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. And release. And now we're going to push both hands, both feet. Again, we're not doing 110%. We're not even doing 50%. Just a little push to start engaging those muscles. Tell them it's time to wake up and start moving. So pushing down into both hands, both feet, perhaps finding a little bit more length in the spine. Stay here for an extra breath. And then release everything. And just notice how things feel. If you want to shake out those hands, if you want to roll the shoulders a few times, pick up the heels. How did it feel to make those motions? Or really not motions, right? Okay. Now we'll make some bigger motions. So let's start with the right heel, right foot and ankle. Let's just pick up the heel and we're just going to turn the foot at the ankle a little bit. And if you're going in one way, then go the other. And then pause and we'll switch to the other side. So we come up onto the left toes and we just begin to make tiny circles into the ankle. And go the other way. And then put that foot down. And then we'll slide up the leg. We'll deal with the knee. So just a little back and forth to start. And then decide if you want to bring your hands underneath that thigh and just let the knee come forward and back. You can keep it low to the ground as well. You might decide you want to circle that lower leg one way and then the other. But we don't want to slump back here. We want to keep that spine tall. And then put that foot down. And then we'll switch to the other side. So again, it might just be a little open and close with the knee. Or you might lift up and do a little back and forth swinging. You can hold behind that thigh. Or you might just dangle that foot, let it go in circles. First one way, then the other. And then put that foot down. And now we're going to move up to the thighs. Now for the thigh, I kind of prefer to sit on the corner of my chair. And I can just pick up one leg and make some tiny circles into that socket there, hip socket. Now, these don't have to be the world's largest movements, right? We don't have to work to the edge. We're just making motion, bringing motion into the body. Put that foot down, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So again, we lift up that foot, we rotate that thigh bone in the hip socket. First one way, and then the other. And then just pause and come back to seated and notice sensations from the hips down. All right, we kind of woke up all of those joints down there. Let's spread the toes as well. We haven't done that yet. Yeah. And notice how things feel. And then we'll move to the upper body. So let's start with our fingers, just kind of opening and closing the fingers. And I promise we have something fun planned for the fingers at the end of the class. And then let's turn the wrist, turn the hands at the wrists. Go first one way, and then the other. And if you want to open and close the fingers while you're dealing with the wrists, that would be fun if it feels good. And then we'll pause and we're going to move into the elbows. So just some open and close with the elbows. And I'm just making movements here. I'm not tying it to my breath yet. And then we're going to bring our fingertips to our shoulders and we'll make some circles with the elbows. Again, we want to be very kind with these shoulders. We don't need to move to the edge of our motion. Just finding comfort and ease in these movements. Let it feel good. And then maybe let those circles go in the other direction. Another one to try would be to open and close those elbows. Notice how that feels on the shoulder. And then release those hands back down into the lap. Take a circle with those shoulders. And then we're going to take our hands, we're going to interlace them behind the neck, the head and neck. And if while you're here you want to spend a little bit of time massaging the top of those shoulders, well, that's a nice thing to do. But we're going to interlace our hands behind the head and neck just to kind of support the neck. And imagine you have a magic marker, a long magic marker on your head. And you're going to make tiny circles on the ceiling. So you've got this magic marker on your head and you're drawing circles on the ceiling. Slow, small circles. Circles aren't going to the wall, they're just on the ceiling. Pause and let those circles go in the other direction. And then pause, release the hands back down to the lap. And now, take a moment to notice how the upper body feels from the hips up. We've moved into all of those joints. How's it feel? Now, one area we haven't explored yet is that spine. So we'll do our cat and cow now. And let's start with that rounded spine. Drop the chin to the chest. Let those shoulder blades separate. Come into your cat pose. And then let's sit up tall, bring those shoulder blades back together and down the back. Lift the heart, lift the chin, come into your cow pose. And then we'll begin to move with the breath. So let's exhale, round, drop the chin. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rounding. After your next exhale, we will pause and come back up to that nice tall spine. Notice how you feel here. Let's release the hands down by our side now. On our next inhale, let's reach the right arm up. Now, we know that we can take that arm up and bring bicep by the ear. Or we can bring that arm up to a cactus arm. So our inhale will lift the arm. As we exhale, we're going to lower the arm and turn the head away from that arm. Inhale, lift left arm. Center the head again, nose comes back to center. Exhale, arm floats down, head turns to the right. Inhale, lift right arm, head comes to center. Exhale, turn. Arm lowers. Inhale. Head comes to center, arm lifts. Exhale, arm lowers. Head turns away. Taking your time, slow movements with the head and neck. Breath and motion are tied together. Let's do one more round. This time, as that right arm lowers, stay here. The head is turned, that arm is lowered. Let's reach strongly through right fingertips. Drop your chin towards your left shoulder. Breathe here. Bring head back up. Bring the hand to your lap. Bring your head to neutral. Let's reach that left arm up. As we exhale, we'll turn the head to the right. Pause here. Reach through. Left fingertips. Drop the chin down towards the right shoulder. You can rest your right arm down alongside the body. Bring head back to neutral. Bring the hand to the lap. Center the nose. Take a circle or two with those shoulders. Notice how things feel. Now we'll release those arms down alongside the body, and as we inhale, we'll reach them up. So once you get here, whether it's arms are straight or hands at a cactus, we'll pause this time. Let the shoulders come down from the ears. Keep breathing. And then on your next exhale, float it down. And we're going to begin to add that pause at the end of the inhale with the motion. So we'll inhale, reach the arms up, pause for 1 count. Exhale, float everything back down. Next round, we pause for 2 counts. Inhale. 2 count pause. Your count. Exhale, float things down. Imagine that tablecloth. Try 3 counts. If that's not for you, stick with 1 count. Stick with 2 counts. Or just even breath. Exhale, lower. Now we're going to take the arms up and just continue with an even breath. Finding the length in the spine, whether your arms are here or with straighter elbows. Let's get tall, and then we're going to lean over to our right. Think up and over. Both sitting bones are on the chair. Come on back. Take it in the other direction. Imagine you've got a beach ball between those palms, so the hands are very active. Come on back to center. Float those arms all the way back down to your lap. Take a circle with those shoulders. And we're going to move to standing now. When we come to standing, we want to clear our space. I've picked up my block. And then we're going to use this chair to help support us. So keep it close by. I'm probably going to switch between no chair and chair just so you can see a little bit better. But find your mountain pose today. Your feet are parallel. They're about 1 of your fist distance apart. Let the crown of the head reach for the ceiling. And let's do that same movement with the arms. We'll inhale, reach them forward and up. Imagine that beach ball. It might be here. And exhale, float them right back down. Let's add in the pause. Inhale, reach the arms up. Pause for a count at the end of the breath. Exhale, float everything back down. Knees are soft. Let's try a 2 count pause. Maybe 3. Now this next round, we'll reach the arms up, continue with an even breath. Let the shoulders come down from the ears. Now, if you want to use your chair for fingertip control, you can always bring 1 hand down. We're going to get tall, get long, and then lean over to the right. So you can bring that right hand down. Come on back up to center. Switch hands, lean in the other direction. So either you're holding your imaginary beach ball or you have 1 hand on the back of the chair. Come on back up. Float it down. Okay, we're going to do that again, but we're going to add on a little bit. Keep that chair close by. Take the arms up, imaginary beach ball. Soften the shoulders on your exhale. Now reach up and over, lean to your right. Can you pick up left toes? Just lift them up, heels still on the ground. Come on back up, put the foot down. Think up and over, finding all that length in the side body. Leaning over to the left, lifting up the right toes. Put the foot down, come on back up. Float the arms down. Roll the shoulders if that feels like what you need. Okay, adding on from there, we might want to start with the chair this time. When you're ready, we'll reach those arms forward and up, find that imaginary beach ball. Find the length in the side body. Think lift up and over, lean to the right. Your right hand might be holding that chair. And then pick up the left leg, the whole leg. So we've got this really long stretch in the left side body. Reach through the left heel, reach through the right fingertips. You might have both arms up. You might have one hand on a chair. You might have both hands on a chair. It's all good. Bring the foot down. Come back to center. Get taller. Think up and over in the other direction. This time that left hand might be down. See what happens. Reach out through that heel. Reach up through the fingertips. Perhaps holding on to that imaginary ball. Perhaps holding on to that chair. Finding all of that length in the side body. Bring your foot down. Bring the body back to center. Release those arms down by your side. Roll the shoulders back. A good time to pause and notice how the body responds to those kind of movements. That kind of balance. From behind our chair now, we'll step the right foot back and we'll work with our warrior one. So, stepping right foot back, the left knee is bent over that front ankle. Same arms, reach them forward and up. Now, the leg that is forward, you can put that hand on the back of the chair if you need help with balance. Imagine we've got our imaginary beach ball, or we've got one hand here. Think up, and then we're gonna lean over to the left. Breathing here. Push down into that back heel. Feel that length in the right side body. Come back to center. Float the arms down. Step forward. Step back with your other leg. So now right leg is forward, left leg is back. Find warrior one on this side. Same thing with the arms. We lift them up and over. We might keep that right hand down on the chair. We find our imaginary beach ball, whether it's from our cactus arms or from our extended arms. Find the length in the spine, find the length in the side body. Think up and over. Breathe here, pushing down into that back heel. Come on back up. Float the arms down, step forward towards your chair. Take a moment to let that settle with you. And then we're going to take a wider stance. Wider than my hips. These are my hips, but not so wide that I feel I'm going to fall. We'll turn our right toes out to the right. We'll turn the left toes in slightly, just a little bit, maybe 15, 20 degrees. And we're just going to do our little triangle stretch, which is a great stretch for the side body. We'll take this hand. We're going to inhale, reach it up and over. And then the exhale will float it down. Now we have a few options. We can take a big circle up and a circle down, or we can slide it up and down. Both are good. This other hand, your right hand, might just be sliding up and down your leg, or you could use it on the chair for your fingertip control. We're going to come back to that pause at the top of the breath. When you're ready, inhale, we'll do one even, and exhale. Inhale, take it up, pause for one count, and exhale. Inhale, perhaps 2 count, and exhale. 3 is an option. And now we're going to reach the arm up, keep it up, but continue to breathe, even breaths. This hand might be supporting you on the chair. It might be just resting on your leg. On your next exhale, come on back down. Turn your toes straight ahead. Let's bring the legs together. A really good opportunity here to notice the differences between the sides. Big stretch on the one side, the other side wasn't doing anything. How does that feel? Where do you feel sensation? Is it the leg? Is it the side body? Is it the arm? All three, some. We'll do the other side. Find your stance. Turn your left toes straight ahead. Right toes in slightly. This is the arm that's going to move. We know that we have that opportunity to take a long arm or the shorter one, shorter movement. Both are good. Same effect. When you're ready, we'll do one with even. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll start lengthening the pause at the top. Inhale, 1 count pause, and exhale. Inhale, 2 count pause, and exhale. Remember, it's a pause, not a clinch. 3 counts. And return. And then reach up, stay up, breathe evenly. And float the arm down on your next exhale. Turn the toes straight ahead, bring your feet together. A great opportunity to pause and notice. Okay, we're going to head back to our chairs. Now I promised something fun to do with the fingers, and this is really more fun to do with the brain. We're going to do some cross brain stuff. Take the pinky finger of one hand and match it to the thumb of the other. And then thumb to pinky. And we're just going to keep twisting thumb to pinky, thumb to pinky. Think itsy bitsy spider. So a little bit of stuff is happening in the brain. It has to think. We're crossing the midline. We're doing different things on both sides. And then just pause for a moment, maybe go backwards a couple of times, see how that feels. You might have to think a little bit. And then pause. And now I'm going to get up. I'm going to move a little closer to the camera so you can see what's happening. But let's do that again. Thumb to pinky. Pinky to thumb. And now what about thumb to ring finger? Thumb to ring finger. What about thumb to middle finger? See how I got that? Yeah. Thumb to pointer. Now we're really doing itsy bitsy spider. Can we take it to middle finger again? I don't know. Can I? There we go. And then ring finger. And then pinky finger. And then stop. I'm going to go back to my chair. What do you think? If it made you think a little bit, that's a good thing. That's what we want. That's good for us. Okay, great work. Let's sit back. Let's let all of this good stuff become a part of us. Connect your feet to the floor again. Sit back in your chair again. Let's turn those palms up. How do those wrists feel? Shake them out if you need to. Let the hands rest palms up in your lap. Take a breath and notice how it feels now. Does it come any easier? I feel like I have a little more space to breathe right now. Soften or close your eyes. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw relax. Let the skin around your eyes and your mouth relax. And then bring a little bit of movement into your head and neck, just turning it gently one side to the other. And wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Open your eyes if they're not already open. And we'll stack those palms on heart center and recall the intention that we set at the beginning of our class. Just bringing it back to the front of our minds, to the front of our hearts, before we go on with the rest of our day. And then we'll release those hands. We'll slide to the edge of the seat one last time, putting our feet on on the earth, connecting, sitting up taller. Bring your palms together, uniting left and right halves of the body. Let the thumbs rest on your sternum. Tuck your chin and thank yourself. Thank yourself for taking time out of your busy day to practice yoga. And I thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. It is always an honor to create these videos and to share them with you. Take care, my friends. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you again soon.